Imagine a world without music. Hard, isn't it? But there was a time when music didn't exist. Let's journey back to the dawn of music. Picture early humans, their lives punctuated by the rhythmic beating of primitive drums, the whistle of wind through hollowed bones. This was music in its most rudimentary form, a universal language before language itself. As we moved from caves to civilizations, music evolved. Ancient Egyptians used music to appease the gods, to celebrate victories, and to soothe the soul. In Greece, Pythagoras discovered the mathematical relationships in musical intervals, forever changing our understanding of sound. Music wasn't just a pastime, it was a cornerstone of culture, a tool for storytelling, a conduit for emotions. From the haunting wails of a grieving widow to the joyous beats of a wedding, music was there, capturing the essence of humanity. From the primitive beats to the harmonious melodies of ancient civilizations, music has always been an integral part of human history. Fast forward to the classical period, where music took a sophisticated turn. This era, spanning the mid-18th to the early 19th century, heralded a new age of musical forms and structures. The symphony, sonata, and concerto became the order of the day, and orchestras, well, they hit all the right notes. Here, composers like Mozart and Haydn were the rock stars, creating harmonious compositions that still echo in our hearts today. Then, as if the music scene wasn't dramatic enough, the Romantic era waltzed in. From the early 19th to the early 20th century, this period was all about emotion and drama. Beethoven, straddling both classical and Romantic eras, was a maestro of this expressive style. And let's not forget Tchaikovsky, whose swan-like compositions still make us swoon. The classical and Romantic eras brought music to new heights, from the grandeur of orchestras to the raw emotion of solo performances. The 20th century was a time of rapid change, and music was no exception. As the new century dawned, a fresh genre danced into the spotlight, its rhythm as smooth as a summer breeze: jazz. Born from the heart of African American communities in the southern United States, jazz took the world by storm. It was the soundtrack of the Roaring Twenties, a symbol of rebellion against the stiff constraints of society. Then came the 40s and 50s, and along with them, a seismic shift. Rock and roll, with its driving beats and rebellious spirit, was more than just music. It was a cultural revolution. Icons like Elvis Presley and Chuck Berry didn't just play music, they set the stage for a new era of youth culture and social change. As the decades rolled on, the music evolved alongside society. The 60s and 70s saw the rise of pop music, with the Beatles and the Rolling Stones leading the charge. These bands weren't just musicians, they were global phenomena, their music the soundtrack to a generation. The late 20th century introduced a new player to the stage: hip-hop. Born from the streets of New York City, hip-hop was raw, real, and unapologetically honest. It gave voice to the voiceless, speaking out about social issues and making a profound impact on culture. As we ventured into the 21st century, technology began to play a larger role in music. Electronic music, with its synthesized beats and digital soundscapes, became increasingly popular. Artists like Daft Punk and deadmau5 pushed the boundaries of what music could be, proving that you didn't need traditional instruments to create a hit. In every era, societal changes and technological advancements have shaped the musical landscape. They've given rise to new genres, inspired countless artists, and brought us some of the most memorable melodies in history. From the smooth sounds of jazz to the pulsing beats of electronic music, the 20th and 21st centuries have seen a dazzling array of musical styles. So, there you have it, a whirlwind tour of music history. We've journeyed from the very dawn of music, where primitive instruments and vocalizations formed a basic yet powerful means of communication and expression. We've traversed the majestic peaks of the classical and Romantic eras, where composers like Mozart, Beethoven, and Tchaikovsky not only defined their times, but forever shaped the landscape of music. Then, we embarked on the roller coaster that was the 20th century, witnessing the birth and evolution of countless new genres, from jazz to rock, pop to hip-hop. Music became a mirror of society, reflecting the hopes, fears, joys, and sorrows of the human experience. No matter the era or style, one thing remains clear: music is a universal language, a timeless expression of the human spirit. And who knows what exciting new sounds the future will bring.